The story begins in the 17th century in a colony named Ipswich. 5 families received the boon of unique powers. However, when one of the families attempted to acquire more power, the rest of the families destroyed it forever. Afterward, the remaining 4 families formed a group to ensure everyone's safety. Fast forward to the 21st century, where we meet the descendants of these 4 families: Caleb, Pog, Reed, and Tyler. They were good friends who all studied at Spencer Academy, and they were known as Ipswich's sons. One night, they all jumped from a mountain peak, but with the help of their powers, they safely reached the school's party. There, Pog's girlfriend, Kate, introduced them to her friend Sarah. During the party, they encountered a new boy named Chase. A girl at the party was humiliating Sarah because she came from a poor family. Upon hearing this, Caleb started fighting with the girl. However, a boy named Aaron intervened and became a troublemaker. He pushed Caleb, but Chase stopped him when he attempted to harm Sarah. In the midst of this, Reed used his powers, causing Aaron to vomit in front of everyone. Suddenly, someone announced that the police were going to raid the party, prompting everyone to flee to the forest. However, Reed and his friends decided to have some fun. When a police car started chasing them, they used their powers to manipulate the car in a peculiar way, tricking the police. As they sped toward the mountain peak, they combined their powers. Reed increased the car's speed, launching it into the air. Within moments, the car vanished. The police, assuming the children had died after falling from the mountain, were shocked when the car suddenly reappeared behind them. Before the police could react, the 4 boys made their escape. When Caleb arrived home, he discovered his mother still awake. She revealed to him that the powers he acquired on his 13th birthday would increase 1,000-fold when he turned 18. She cautioned him that the power's effects were unstoppable once activated, and that the more he used his powers, the faster he would age. Meanwhile, the police discovered a car in the forest with an unconscious boy inside. Breaking the window, they saw that his eyes were completely white. Sarah entered the room and asked Kate why the 4 boys were referred to as the Sons of Ipswich. Kate proceeded to tell her the story of the 5 families. Later, they heard the sound of something breaking, and suddenly the lights went out. Frightened, Sarah saw shattered glass from the bulb on the ground. At the same time, a terrifying smoky ghost followed her. But as soon as she turned around, she fled in fear. She bumped into Reed and urged him to check the bathroom, but he found nothing there. The following morning, Caleb was conversing with Pog while driving. He noticed a newspaper on the seat with a report about the boy found in the jungle. Suddenly, the picture on the paper transformed into a terrifying form, greatly frightening Caleb. In his panic, he collided with a large truck, causing the car's wings to be damaged. However, within moments, the car miraculously repaired itself. Caleb informed Pog that he had seen the ghost of a dead boy, which made Pog realize that something was definitely wrong. In the evening, Caleb met Sarah, and they went for a walk. Caleb took her to the place where the original Ipswich colony was located. They eventually arrived in front of a dilapidated house, and suddenly they heard the sound of a gunshot. Caleb mentioned that the house's caretaker would be Gorman and left Sarah in the car as he entered the house. He put some medicines on a table and asked Gorman if the old man wanted something else. But Gorman said no. Then, when Caleb went to leave Sarah at home, he kissed her and went to his room in shame. At night, a spider entered his room and slowly reached his ears. Suddenly, Sarah's eyes opened, and her heart was shaken because thousands of spiders had filled her room. This woke Sarah up, and she realized that it was a dream. The next day, Sarah went to the library to learn about Caleb's family history. She found out that they often used spiders to scare people. After that, during swimming, Chase and Aaron had a fight again. Aaron hit Chase hard, but Chase struck Aaron with one blow. In the evening, Caleb invited Sarah to his birthday, and they kissed each other. That night, while Caleb was sleeping, a ghost shadow scared him, and then the shadow disappeared. The next day, there was a swimming race between Caleb and Chase. Caleb came out first, and suddenly Chase's eyes turned black, revealing that he also had powers. He used his powers to make Caleb unconscious in the water. When Caleb woke up, his friends told him that Chase had saved him from drowning. After a while, the principal called Chase to his office and said that he found Chase's ID in the car of the boy who died in the jungle. Chase said that he didn't know anything about it. On the other hand, Caleb suspected Chase, so he went to the school office with Pope to investigate him. Then he found out that Chase's parents died on his 18th birthday, and his real name is Chase Pope. But as he heard the sound of the guard approaching, he used his magic to stick to the roof. However, the file paper slipped from his hand, and he accidentally made it fly in the air with his magic. After the guard left, he immediately left as well. When Sarah went to her room, she found out that Kate was in the hospital. When she arrived there, the doctor told her that Kate was bitten by spiders all over her body and was in very bad condition. On the other hand, Caleb reached a tunnel with his friends where they used to have their secret meetings. He took out a secret book from his magic which contained the history of the Ipswich family. According to the book, the head of the fifth family was John Putman, who was accused of treason by a magician named Goody Pope. After Goody's husband's death, John came to him in his dreams, and then Chase was born from Goody's womb. Now it was clear that Chase is the descendant of the fifth Ipswich family. Sarah called Caleb and informed him about the spider attack on Kate. Caleb understood that Chase was behind it, and when Pope found out, he immediately went to seek revenge on his bike. On the way, Chase appeared, standing in the middle of the road. Pope tried to make him fall off the bike, but Chase used his powers to lift the bike into the air and drop it. He revealed that he wanted to attack Kate and reach Pope. But Pope himself arrived, and now he will use Caleb as his prey through Pope. When Sarah returned to her room, she was shocked to see Caleb at the door. As they started talking, the doorbell rang, and Sarah saw that Caleb was at the door. The imposter Caleb entered in his real form. He immediately made Sarah unconscious with his magic and laid her on the bed. Then a spider entered Sarah's veins, which made all the blood in her body black. Now, Chase told her that he has come to take revenge for the death of his family, and for this, he will take away his powers on Caleb's 18th birthday. If Caleb shows any tricks, he will kill Sarah and her friends. The next day was Caleb's birthday, so Chase told him to come to a deserted hut. There, we found out that Chase had killed his parents and the boy found in the jungle. Then he started hurting Sarah with his magic. But when Caleb tried to stop him, he pulled Caleb with his power and hit him with a glass. Actually, Chase was addicted to using his powers, and he believed that he would not grow old quickly by taking Caleb's powers. Caleb also told him that increasing his powers will not increase his age, but Chase was not ready to listen to anything. Finally, Caleb told him to cure Sarah. Otherwise, he will die tomorrow night. The next day, he went to the hospital to meet Pogue. Pogue refused to fight against Chase because Chase was very powerful. Then Sarah asked Caleb what is going on, so Caleb took her to his old house to meet his father, William. He was the same old man for whom Caleb brought medicines. He was only 44 years old, but he was very old because he had used his powers to the limit. Then Caleb told Sarah the truth and asked her to come to his birthday party with Reed and Tyler. When everyone reached the party at night, Chase was watching them from the roof of a building. Caleb was going to that deserted hut as promised when he got the news that Sarah is missing. Then Chase jumped on Caleb's car and he smashed all the windows with his power. Caleb immediately ran to the hut where Sarah was lying unconscious. Now Chase asked Caleb to give his powers to him, but Caleb said, "No, brother, I am not in the mood today." Then Chase hit him hard with many sticks. Caleb tried to fight him, but his powers were nothing in front of Chase. Chase pulled Caleb by his powers and started throwing him here and there. As soon as Caleb hit a stick, his body started shining. It meant that he was 18 years old and his powers would increase 1,000 times in a few moments. He fell down, but now he had the power to face Chase. He injured Chase in one blow and a lantern fell and set the hut on fire. But the fight between them continued. Chase made a ball of his power and threw Caleb out of the window. Then he forced Caleb to give his powers, but Caleb did not lose his courage and started facing Chase with all his strength. Caleb's mother went to William and said that his life is already ruined, so he should help his son by giving him powers. Then William said a mantra that killed him, and all his power came into Caleb's body. At that moment, a strong lightning struck, and Caleb's body started shining. Chase threw another ball of his power at him, but now Caleb's power had increased a lot. So he took the ball in his hand and attacked Chase again. That ball went straight and crossed Chase's body. A strong explosion occurred in which Chase was burned to ashes. Then Caleb risked his life and saved Sarah's life from the burning hut. Finally, Chase's death made Kate and Pogue in the hospital. If you liked the video, then like it and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.